Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I am so glad you're here. If you're new here, my name is Leslie. I am the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Normally, I upload videos on cooking, farming, day in the life of, grocery hauls, you name it, you'll find it here. So, anyway, today we're going to make onion jam. Onion jam is a great condiment that goes on just about anything. So great on salmon, it's great on burgers, so you can put it on just about anything. So that's what we're making today. I've got my bowl of onions ready, and so I'll meet you back right here. If you're new, the intro is a great time to hit the subscribe button. So I'll see you back in just a minute.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
So yes, we are making onion jam today. Now I'm also going to be canning it up so we can have it on the shelves and I can give it as gifts and so forth. However, don't let that stop you from making it, because you can definitely half the recipe or a quarter of the recipe and still make this and have a condiment you can stick in the refrigerator and have, for a couple of weeks to serve with everything. So, but since I'm canning it, I want to tell you about this company, 4 Jars. I have been researching this company for a long time and I'm super duper impressed. Now let me tell you, as a YouTuber, companies will reach out to you and ask you to review their item or become an affiliate or what all. And at the beginning of my YouTube, I was eager to do that. It was kind of like oh wow, they've seen my YouTube, and I thought it was, it was kind of like an honor. Through the years, I've become a little bit more selective because I don't want to just tout any company unless I truly believe in it. Y'all, I have researched this company. They did not reach out to me. I reached out to them. That is how much I believe in this company. So these are lids, and they also sent me some rings. And the success rate is super duper high. So, we are going to be using 4 jars. Now let me tell you, if you would like to purchase some good lids that you can count on, in the description below is a link to their page. Also, there is a discount code. I think it's 10% off. The discount code is Leslie10, and I will leave that down in the description. Also, over on my Facebook page, I've put a post on about it. But there is a link and a discount code down in the description. So be sure, if you are a canner, go get you some of these lids. So with that being said, let me tell you what I have here. I have a big pot to put my onions in. I have a cutting board with knife, and it's a pastry scraper, but I just use it to scoop up the onions with. I have my big enamel pan of onions. Now these are that's something you'll also get here, is lots of bloopers. Store-bought onions. I did not do a spring garden this year, so these are not homegrown onions. These are store-bought. So, and I have a bowl here for my trash bowl. This is my garbage bowl. So I am going to go get the goggles, swim goggles. that keeps my eyes from burning. And yes, I have tried if you have a wise tail out there, I've tried it. The freezing the onions, the putting the wet damp paper towel out. I've tried it all. And I guess my eyes are just extra sensitive to onions. So I have found that swim goggles work. So I'm going to go grab my swim goggles. I'm going to just chunky chop these onions, not finely dice or anything, but chunky chop these onions. And I'll show you what we do next as we see how many I have, how far this goes in this pot. And now I get to chopping. So guys, I got the goggle marks, but it works like a dream. No crying at all. Okay guys, here is my pot of onions. Let me get you guys turned down here. It's almost this pot full, not quite. I did save 6 small onions for something I may need cooking wise over the next week or so. All right, so I'm going to put a 1.25, which is probably what, 3/4 of a cup of butter. And the first thing we're going to do is just get these sauteed down. So we're going to get that going over here on the stove top. Now let me just say, this is not my recipe. I saw this first on that 1870s homestead. She, I think, saw it from the Needy Homesteader. And anyway, and the Needy Homesteader had somebody else. So this recipe is dotted around, and so we're going to just try it and see what we think. I left a core. I mean, it was kind of a hard core. Okay, so I'm going to get this going. The first thing we're going to do is saute this down. I've got some errands to run, so I've got to get this going. I at least want to get it all sauteed and seasoned up, and then I can can it tonight. So, all right, we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, everyone, we're ready to add in the seasoning here and the good stuff that makes it good. Now, I will say I think I did use a bit too much butter. I have dipped out a little bit, but maybe next time I won't use quite as much butter. I've watched several different videos, and the butter's amount varies greatly, and I do feel like I used too much. So I'm going to let you guys search onion jam recipes, because there's several out there. I'm going to show you how I do this. I don't know if I'm going to like it. This is the first time ever. So, all right, let me grab everything and we'll get started. Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to add in 1.5 cup of brown sugar. There we go. All right, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of cardamom. Cardamom is something I have never used before, so this is a first. I said I was going to. Come on. There we go. All right, and I said 2 teaspoons, right? So this is a half. So half, whole, half, whole. Now the recipe I saw calls for the same amount of cinnamon, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a few shakes. Shake, shake, shake. That's good. All right. A half a teaspoon of black pepper. There we And it says a cup each of balsamic and apple cider vinegar. I've seen some use all balsamic. So what I'm going to do is I want it to have a little bit more balsamic taste than apple cider. So I'm going in with half a cup of apple cider, and I'll do a cup and a half of balsamic. There's our apple cider vinegar. And, oh, I needed to take that little thing out. Hang on. Let's see if I can get that out. Oh, I'm not going to worry with it. Just wait and watch me pour. Okay, so there's the half a cup. So now we need a cup more of balsamic. And it has that little thing too. There we go. And we're going to use a cup more. So that's a cup and a half of balsamic and a half a cup of apple cider vinegar. All right, we'll set that out to the side. Let's see what else we need. We need a little bit of salt. It says 3 teaspoons, but I don't have that, so there we go. All right. What else? Okay, and the best part here, I'm going in with a half a cup of maple syrup. And I'm kind of tweaking this recipe as we go based on my taste and so forth. Half a cup of maple syrup going in. So it's got the brown sugar and the maple syrup. Okay. Let's give this a stir. Let's see if my burner's on. No, we're going to turn the burner back on. And we're going to let this cook down. And cook down. And cook down. I had some errands to run today, and I have no clue if I'm going to get to run them or not, because I have no idea how long this is going to take. But we are going to cook this down into some delicious onion jam. And we had burgers last night, so we had some left over. So Bryant's going to get to try this on a burger. I'm super excited for him to try it. It smells wonderful. All right, we're gonna let it cook some more. While this is cooking down and cooking away, and you can cook it down as thick as you want it or keep it as loose as you want it. I want mine thick but not jellied, so you know, I still want to be able to spoon it, you know, almost pour it, but I don't want it to be liquid either. So I'm going to continue to cook mine down. Now is a great time to get your water bath canner ready, because this is going to be water bath. And I just put a little water in my jar, and I'm just going to get these warm. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on high. I think I'll save that one. And I may need to add a little water, because once I get everything in here, you definitely want the water to cover the jar. So I may add a little bit more water. I have no idea how many jars this is going to make. So I may be overfilling. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll go for 9. I've got this on. I'm going to add just a little bit more water to it. Now, for your lids, 4 jars instructions say to heat your lids and rings and so forth. Across the board, they say you no longer have to do that. So you use your judgment call on that. I was taught to heat my rings and lids, and I've actually done it both ways and cannot really tell a difference in the success of it. So you do you. You do your judgment. I probably today, because this was a time-consuming project, I don't know. I may try it both ways. I may heat up a few of the lids. Now they're going to be impeccably clean. I haven't washed them yet, but I'm going to wash them. But I don't know. I may try both ways. We may do some. Yeah, I've got some jars I can tell apart. So I may do some not heated and some heated. So we'll do an experiment. Okay, y'all. Another thing I do is, because we have super duper hard water, lots of mineral deposits and so forth, I put a splash of vinegar, white vinegar, in my canner, my pressure canner, or my water bath, both. And that just keeps the jars clean and from getting cloudy looking. While we're waiting for this to cook down and my jars to get hot, I thought I would explain, anybody can water bath can. If it is something that can be water bathed can, you can do it. You don't need any special equipment. All you need is a pot that jars can be submerged in. So it just needs to hold enough water to cover your jars. Now, if you're going to do quartz, you need this fairly tall pot, but it's not very expensive at all. And all you need is a basic stove. There's no pressurizing. Most of the things you're going to water bath are things that have vinegar, or tomatoes that are high acidic things that you can water bath. Now, I have since found this lady who follows the Amish, and they water bath everything. Everything. Now, I know if you go to the National Home Canners Association or whatever it is, they say that is not a safe practice, but you can water bath things that have an acidity to them. And if it has vinegar, like your pickles, you can water bath. Your tomatoes, a lot of times people add a little bit of lemon juice to their tomatoes and they can them with no problem. So things like this, you can. And you don't have to have a pressure cooker, and you don't have to have anything you're afraid of. The reason I'm heating my jars is because this is hot. And if I was to put them into a cold jar, there may be some temperature shock, and it may compromise my jar. Now, I want you to do your research. I want you to check the safety of things. I've been canning all my life. And so there's things I probably practice that aren't in the safety guidelines. But I want you to do that. I don't want to lead you astray. So I want you to do your research. You know, check the USDA or whoever regulates this stuff. I don't even know because I don't check it. But I do want you to be safe, because there can be dangers in canning, especially your root vegetables that are grown down in the dirt. You want to be sure they're impeccably clean and they've been peeled. Now, or if you're not peeling them, that they are scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, because there is a soil bacteria that can cause botulism, and you do not want that at all. And you want to practice, you know, safe canning measures to reduce that risk. But home canning is safe. But I want you to do your research and follow what you are comfortable with. If you are comfortable following that National Home Canners Association safety guidelines or whatever, then by all means go and read it, research it, follow it, okay? Just look to those of us who can. I don't consider myself a rebel canner because I still like to be safe. I just can the old way, the way I've always been taught to can. So you do your research. But I haven't even checked to see if this recipe is approved or not. I have no idea. I've just seen it done a lot. I feel like it will be safe, and there's nothing in here that makes me worry that it would be safe. In my applesauce, I put, I think, a tablespoon of cornstarch in my whole big pot of, and I know they say you're not supposed to can cornstarch. Mainly, I think, because of the looks. It doesn't look as pretty. But I put such a minute amount in my applesauce that I'm not worried about it. But like I said, I want you to do your research. I want you to do the following up because you're the one who's going to be held responsible. So you do your research. But anyway, this is why I'm heating my jars. It's because I don't want a temperature shock. I don't want my jars to be compromised in any way where they would break and so forth. So that is why. If you're canning something hot, you want to start with a warm jar. If you're canning cold things, you can start with a cold jar. Does that make sense? Okay. We are about ready to can this, I think. I'm going to give it just a few more minutes, and I'm going to turn my lids on back here, and I'll meet you back right here at the canning process. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. Here are my lids that I'm not heating. I've got my lids heating in that back pot. My onion jam here. My hot jars are in there, and that's what we'll can them in. I also have this little dish of white vinegar because this is sticky stuff and it has butter. I want to get off any grease or sugar off the jars when I'm finished filling them. So where are my jar tongs? There they are. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get the jars that I'm going to use the heated lids for first. And I'm just going to do one jar at a time. I just come over here and I pour the water out. I don't think you guys saw that, but that's okay. Alright. I have me a beautiful chopstick. I ordered a set of, I think it has 4 sets of chopsticks, and aren't they pretty? Each one of them are different. So this will be my debubbler. Alright. So let's get started on this. I'm going to go ahead and cut my jam off. Alright, let's go with this. That was a trick I saw Needy Homesteader do. She has a jar that she just sets her funnel right back in and it stops the mess. I love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to take some vinegar, clean my rim really well. Now this jar is hot, so I have me a cool wash rag. I'm going to cut these lids off because they have plenty boiled and heated. And these are our 4-jar lids. And I'm just going to hold the jar since it's nice and hot. And you want to get fingertip tight. You don't want to tighten it too much. Don't use your wrist, just use your fingers. And that jar is ready. I'll wait and put them in a minute. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep filling up just like that, and I'll bring you back. Okay, everybody, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half pints and one little half of a half pint, a little 4-ounce jar. So we're going to put these over into our water bath canner over here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on high. We're going to crank up the heat. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to put the lid on and let it boil pretty hard for about 10 minutes. I also have just enough in the pot left. I'm going to spoon it out, put it in a little dish, stick it in the refrigerator, and that'll be what we taste test. I'll show you guys, these are completely submerged. You want the lid to come up over. Over the cans there. I may have to move around to make room. Oops, sorry guys. I may have to move around just to make room for all of them. Alright, I got 2 more coming. The only one I'm iffy about is this one because it's actually the jar I'm iffy about, not the lids. But we'll see. All right. So we're going to bring this to a boil and we're going to process it. After it comes to a boil, we're going to process it for 10, oh, I totally messed y'all up, 10 minutes. And if this was pints, we would go 15 minutes. So, all right, let me put the lid on and bring it to a boil. Here's the little bit I had left. I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator, and this is what we'll get Bryant to do a taste test on. I'm wondering if he's gonna want it on a piece of bread or if he's gonna want it on the burger. I'm thinking the burger, but and y'all, you know what I want to try this on more than anything? Salmon. Yes. And yes, I pronounced the L in salmon. Many have tried to correct that, but it is what it is. And so I would think that would be delicious on salmon. So, okay, I'm sticking this in the refrigerator. This is coming to a boil. I'll bring you back when we get them out. Maybe. Well, guys, I hate to say you missed the initial taste test, but if that's any indication, this plate had like 4 leftover burgers on it, and Bryant kept going, that's good, that's good, and he just kept eating and eating. And Isaac tried it, he loved it. So here we go. Hopefully before I end this video, I'll cook something that we can put this on, and I'll open up a jar. They have been sealing like crazy. In fact, I'm almost sure they've all already sealed, and I just got them out less than 15 minutes ago. So I'm just going to leave them be, but I will pick one up and show you how pretty. You can see little bits of onion in places. Hang on. Somewhere. There you go. You can see little bits of onion. So yeah, I am super proud, and this is super delicious. So super duper delicious. Okay, I'll be back. Hopefully I'll get something made that we can try this on, and you can actually witness us trying it, but I can go ahead and tell you it is delicious. So all right, I will see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, I think I've already showed you once before, but look here at the beautiful jars of onion jam. Now, the little bit I put in the refrigerator, as you saw, got gone. That was supposed to be for the taste test. Well, it was taste tested, all right, and devoured. And so I did not get that on film. So we're going to taste it again now. And I have just, Bryant has a meeting. I have a meeting. We're going in separate directions. They'll serve him supper. I'll get something. And so this is kind of like a little snack for both of us to try this onion jam with. So let me call him in here and we'll get ready to taste this onion jam. Okay, so he's on his way. So I'm just going to open this up. Listen. Love those 4 jars. Lids. Gotta love them. Every single one sealed. No problem. The ones I heated, the ones I didn't heat. Both.
What kind of lids?
4 jars.
Where can we find those at?
There's a link down below. I've already told them.
I'm showing them on the counter.
Oh. I'm kind of smearing this on the actual salmon. Kind of glazing the salmon with it. I'm going to try it first since you've already had some.
Have you not had it?
I'll lick my finger. Oh my goodness.
It's unique. I mean, when you hear onion, you wouldn't think that it would be that good.
It's really good.
That's really,
Right.
It's really good. I mean, here we go. I've been out working. Tell them what I've been doing.
Okay, my mouth full.
We've been over to the church rental house. They're putting flooring in. I've been over there checking that out. They're doing a superb
Looks
job.
so good.
Looks great. All right, here we go.
Oh my goodness, that is good.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't think anything with onion would be that good.
That is so good.
It's got a great sweet flavor to it. It's just really good.
It is amazing. This will definitely, we've already decided this is going to be a staple that we keep always.
Going to be in the cookbook?
I am, because you'll notice, because of the butter, you can see a little bit of butter. So when you open it up, if you see chunks of butter, you just need to heat it up a little bit. I will probably use less butter next time, but so good. So good. All right, guys. Well, there you have. He's getting more.
Yeah.
It is good. It is like beyond good. And you don't, like I said, if you're not used to canning, although a water bath canning there's nothing to it. You just have to submerge the jar in the water. But if by chance you are, you don't have to can this. You can just make a less amount, divide the, the recipe, cut it in half, cut it in a quarter, and just make you a little some for whatever you're having. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to can this and have this on your shelves. Just remember that if you see white stuff, it's the butter. Okay? All right. I will see you guys next time on The Farm and Pastor's Wife. Remember, the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. And the best way you can support our channel is by sharing our videos on your social media. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good night.